I want to talk to you about the Nestlé CEO firing. Why would I talk about the Nestlé CEO being fired? Well, the reason why he was fired is for an undisclosed relationship with a subordinate. Why do we care about that? These are, two consenting adults, they live in Europe somewhere, who cares? Well, I want to flag an issue for you, and that is power dynamics in the workplace. In Texas, where I live, if you're an employee, you have almost no rights against your employer. They can fire you at will, which means they can fire you anytime. You don't have a contract that protects you. You don't have a union that protects you. You don't have anyone who's going to stand up for you. It is your call to stand up for yourself if you are a member of a protected class and your employer terminated you or did an adverse action based on, your voicing an issue, a problem that's happened to you, like discrimination, retaliation, age, disability, race. These are all reasons. If you complain and your employer does something to you, then you might have a cause of action. But employment cases in Texas are very difficult. Regardless, when a female or a male is in a position of subordination, they have to follow the orders in the chain of command. The CEO is at the very top of the pecking order in most corporate structures. Someone who's working for the CEO is going to have less power. And my understanding about the Nestle CEO situation is that the CEO did not disclose that he was in a relationship with a subordinate. And that's the real hang up here, because many corporations understand that people fall in love in the workplace, but people have to disclose it. And that's so that the corporation can be responsible towards the subordinate member of the relationship. Or keep an eye on both parties and make sure that there are no conflicts of interest, that they're not putting shareholders' interest in the back burner, that they're behaving appropriately and not making other people uncomfortable. But what gets me going on this case is that it was an undisclosed relationship, which means there was something to hide. Why would you not disclose a relationship if your corporate policy that you as the CEO are implementing across the board requires you to? It's because something is happening that you don't want people to find out about. You don't want to be accountable for something. And we have to be mindful of events like this, because when it comes to workplaces, these should be pure environments where a woman can go to work and earn a living. We're already making less money. The data is very clear about that. But go to work and make a living and have the freedom to be who you are in your job and to do the best that you can do. And you can't do that if you are prey. If the CEO is watching you, if he's asking you to meet in the stairwell, if he's talking about you on the job, you're not in a fair fight here. And in most situations, the power imbalance is so skewed, there's not much you can say or do about it. And that's why the corporations want you to disclose. It's to keep everyone's cards on the table. Because a power imbalance like that is very unhealthy for a female in the workplace. And the CEO should know better. That's why you're the CEO. The Nestle CEO, I dare to venture, is making well into the 7 figures, maybe 8. If we're going to continue to be in the position where too many CEOs are male, then the males need to keep their pants zipped and let the rest of us do our jobs. And if you don't want to play by those rules, if you want to date someone in the workplace, you need to tell everybody. You need to keep your cards on the table and be transparent. Otherwise, you deserve to get fired, like this Nestle CEO. There are too many qualified women who are able to take over these roles now. This is not the 1950s. We haven't all just been sitting around barefoot and pregnant. No, we want these jobs. I would love to be the Nestle CEO. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.